Have you ever found yourself so caught up in the lives of others that you began to lose sight of your own? Gautama Buddha once said, "Be where you are. Otherwise, you will lose your life." In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become entangled in the needs and struggles of those around us, often to the detriment of our own well-being. This video delves deep into the hidden dangers of overextending ourselves, the emotional toll it takes, and how we can reclaim our balance. Stay with us as we uncover the powerful truths that can help you live a more fulfilled and authentic life. Before we begin, I would greatly appreciate your support. If you enjoy this video, please like it to help me continue spreading the teachings of Buddhism. If you still need to subscribe, I highly recommend doing so and activating the notification bell to ensure you get all future videos. If you find the topic of this video interesting, please comment with the number 1. If not, comment with a 0 so I can improve and create content that better suits your interests. Now, let's get started. Gautama Buddha once shared a profound truth, saying, "Be where you are. Otherwise, you will lose your life." In the relentless rush of today's world, it's all too easy to become entangled in the lives of others, to the point where we lose touch with our own existence. We often feel a deep-seated obligation to lend a hand to friends, family, and even those we barely know, believing that our selflessness is a virtue. Yet, this admirable intention, when taken to extremes, can lead to unexpected and sometimes painful outcomes. In this discussion, we will unravel the hidden dangers of devoting ourselves to others and how it can unexpectedly harm us. The number 1. Buddha's wisdom urges us to embrace the significance of being fully present in our own lives. When we become consumed by the needs and struggles of others, we risk losing sight of our own aspirations, joys, and well-being. This isn't to suggest that we should abandon the practice of helping others. Rather, it emphasizes the importance of striking a delicate balance. Offering support to others can bring immense fulfillment, yet it can also spiral into a cycle of exhaustion, stress, and the gradual erosion of our own happiness. Consider the consequences of constantly stretching yourself thin, neglecting your own dreams, desires, and moments of peace. The weight of always being there for others without taking a breath for yourself can lead to a life where you feel drained, worn out, and even burdened by resentment. This is the shadowy side of helping others, a place where our well-meaning intentions inadvertently turn against us, causing harm instead of fostering healing. By grounding ourselves in the present and staying attuned to our own needs, we can offer our support to others without losing our sense of self in the process. Join us as we delve into the intricate dynamics of how helping others can sometimes backfire, and explore the essential strategies for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. The first and most insidious challenge on our life's journey is what I call the martyr syndrome. Life is filled with responsibilities and obstacles, and for many, the burden can become overwhelming. Picture someone who perpetually places the needs of others above their own, to the point where their own well-being is sacrificed. This individual might believe it's their sacred duty to forego their own happiness and health, convinced that their own needs are insignificant compared to those of others. While helping others is undeniably a noble pursuit, it becomes perilous when it spirals into self-neglect and burnout. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Imagine, for instance, a mother who tirelessly dedicates herself to her family, always ensuring that her children are well cared for, her spouse is content, and the household is running smoothly. In this relentless pursuit of meeting everyone else's needs, she rarely takes a moment to tend to her own, whether it's for rest, indulging in a hobby, or simply maintaining her health. As the days turn into weeks, and the weeks into years, this ceaseless self-sacrifice takes its toll. Physical exhaustion sets in, emotional fatigue creeps up, and she might even start to feel a twinge of resentment toward those she loves most. The martyr syndrome often stems from a deeply embedded belief that one's worth is directly tied to how much they can give to others, a mindset that may have been shaped by cultural norms, family upbringing, or societal expectations that glorify selflessness and sacrifice. However, while compassion and support are essential virtues, it's equally important to understand that caring for oneself is not an act of selfishness. On the contrary, Self-care is a fundamental necessity that allows us to continue supporting others in a sustainable and effective manner. Consider the advice given during airplane safety briefings. Put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. This simple directive serves as a powerful metaphor for life itself. If you do not first tend to your own needs, you will soon find yourself without the strength or capacity to care for others. Self-care doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as carving out a few minutes each day to unwind, engage in activities that bring joy, or establish boundaries that prevent you from stretching yourself too thin. To overcome the martyr syndrome, one must start by recognizing and valuing their own needs. It's about finding a delicate balance between giving to others and giving to yourself. This might mean reaching out for help when you need it, learning to say no to additional responsibilities, or simply giving yourself permission to rest and rejuvenate. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. By addressing and conquering the martyr syndrome, you not only enhance your own well-being but also set a powerful example for others. When you prioritize self-care, you show that it's entirely possible to be both compassionate and supportive without sacrificing your own health and happiness. This balance doesn't just lead to a more fulfilling life for yourself, but also creates a more harmonious and sustainable environment for everyone around you. Number 2. Dependency issues. In our intricately connected world, relationships and bonds with others are a fundamental part of life. However, these connections can sometimes grow too intense, leading to unhealthy levels of dependence where one person leans too heavily on another for emotional, financial, or even physical support. This imbalance, known as dependency, can become a significant barrier to personal growth and independence. Picture a young adult who has never made a significant decision without their parents' input. This individual may find themselves paralyzed when faced with challenges, unable to navigate life's complexities without constant guidance or approval. The security they seek from others becomes a crutch, inhibiting the development of essential life skills such as problem-solving, decision-making, and self-sufficiency. As time goes on, this over-reliance can erode their confidence and create a lingering sense of insecurity and anxiety. Dependency issues are not limited to familial relationships. They often surface in romantic partnerships as well. Imagine a couple where both individuals feel utterly lost without the other. They might constantly seek validation, fear making independent decisions, or dread being alone. This overwhelming reliance can strain the relationship, creating an uneven dynamic where one partner feels burdened by the other's relentless need for reassurance and support. Addressing dependency requires nurturing self-sufficiency and building confidence. While seeking help and support is a natural part of life, it becomes problematic when it crosses into excessive dependence. One effective approach to overcoming this is to gradually assume more responsibilities and make independent decisions. Start with manageable tasks, then progressively tackle more significant challenges. Each success, no matter how small, builds confidence and fosters a sense of achievement. Establishing clear boundaries is also crucial in addressing dependency. Both individuals in any relationship should feel at ease expressing their needs and limits. Open and honest communication about the kind of support each person can realistically provide is essential in maintaining a balanced and healthy relationship. This transparency not only prevents one person from feeling overwhelmed, but also empowers both parties to maintain their autonomy. Self-reflection plays a vital role in breaking free from dependency. It's important to delve into the underlying causes of your dependency, whether it's a fear of failure, low self-esteem, or a lack of confidence, and confront these issues head-on. This might involve personal introspection, seeking therapy, or engaging with other support systems to develop a more secure sense of self. Another critical step in overcoming dependency is building a diverse support network. While becoming more independent is essential, having a broad range of people to turn to can prevent you from relying too heavily on one person. Cultivating relationships with friends, family, mentors, and even joining support groups can provide varied perspectives and much-needed encouragement, helping you to maintain balance in your emotional and practical life. Ultimately, overcoming dependency is about striking a delicate balance between reaching out for support and standing strong on your own. By fostering independence, setting healthy boundaries, and exploring the roots of your dependency, you can create a more resilient and fulfilling life. This journey not only benefits your personal growth but also strengthens the quality of your relationships, fostering an environment where everyone involved feels empowered, respected, and supported. Number 3. The deep toll of emotional exhaustion. Emotional exhaustion is a profound state of mental and emotional depletion that occurs when someone is relentlessly overwhelmed by the emotions, struggles, and challenges of those around them. This exhaustion sets in when we become sponges for the stress, negativity, and pain that others carry, absorbing their burdens until we are left feeling utterly drained and unable to manage our own emotional health. Picture a caregiver, tirelessly devoted to looking after the needs of others, whether it's a parent nurturing a child with special needs or an adult attending to the constant demands of an elderly relative. Though these acts of care are rooted in deep love and compassion, the unceasing emotional strain can slowly erode the caregiver's own sense of well-being. Over time, they might find themselves feeling perpetually tired, riddled with anxiety, and unable to derive pleasure from activities that once brought them joy. This kind of emotional fatigue isn't limited to caregivers at home. It also plagues professionals in fields like nursing, teaching, or social work. The constant exposure to other people's trauma, pain, and difficulties can lead to a chronic state of burnout, where even the most dedicated individuals struggle to continue offering the same level of care and empathy they once did. Addressing emotional exhaustion requires a keen awareness of when you're feeling overwhelmed and a deliberate effort to recharge your emotional batteries. At the heart of this process is the practice of self-care. Dedicating time each day to relax and indulge in activities that bring you peace and joy is not just beneficial, it's essential. This might involve immersing yourself in a beloved hobby, engaging in regular exercise, practicing meditation, or simply finding solace in the tranquility of nature. Equally critical is the ability to establish and enforce boundaries. It's perfectly acceptable, and often necessary, to say no or to step back when you're feeling overextended. Clearly communicating your limits to those around you can prevent you from becoming the go-to person for every crisis or need, thereby protecting your own mental and emotional health. For example, if you are constantly sought after for advice or support, it's important to articulate when you need a pause, ensuring that others understand you can't always be the pillar of strength. Seeking support from others is another crucial step in combating emotional exhaustion. Whether it's talking to a trusted friend, confiding in a family member, or seeking the guidance of a therapist, sharing your feelings and challenges can provide much-needed relief and perspective. Sometimes, the mere act of voicing your burdens can significantly lighten the emotional load, making it easier to manage. In addition, practicing mindfulness and emotional regulation techniques can be highly effective in managing emotional exhaustion. Mindfulness encourages you to stay grounded in the present moment, helping to reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Techniques like deep breathing, meditation, and journaling can further aid in processing your emotions and coping with stress, offering a way to regain control over your emotional landscape. Creating a well-balanced routine is another key strategy to prevent emotional exhaustion. Ensure that your daily activities cater to your emotional, physical, and mental needs. This holistic approach to self-care can help maintain your overall well-being, preventing any single aspect of your life from becoming overwhelming. It's essential to remember that taking care of yourself is not a selfish act. In fact, it's the opposite. By prioritizing your own emotional health, you are better equipped to continue being a source of strength, support, and compassion for those who depend on you. Recognizing the warning signs of emotional exhaustion and taking proactive steps to address it can empower you to maintain your resilience, ensuring that you remain a nurturing presence in the lives of those around you while also safeguarding your own well-being. Number 4. The hidden dangers of enabling destructive behaviors. In our relationships, the desire to support and care for those we love is a natural instinct. However, this well-meaning support can sometimes cross into the dangerous territory of enabling, where our actions, intended to help, inadvertently allow harmful behaviors to persist unchecked. This occurs when we, often out of love or fear of confrontation, fail to hold our loved ones accountable, thereby facilitating the continuation of their destructive habits. Imagine a close friend who struggles with alcohol addiction. Frequently, they turn to you for help, asking for money or a place to stay after a night of excessive drinking. Driven by a desire to be a good friend, you provide them with what they ask for, hoping it will ease their immediate distress. Yet, by continually offering this assistance, you may unintentionally be shielding them from facing the real consequences of their actions, thus preventing them from seeking the help they desperately need to overcome their addiction. Enabling behavior can take many forms across different types of relationships. For instance, parents might enable their children by constantly bailing them out of trouble, hindering their ability to learn responsibility and face the consequences of their choices. Partners might excuse or cover up each other's bad behavior to avoid conflict or out of fear of jeopardizing the relationship. While these actions stem from a place of love, concern, or a desire to protect, they often have the unintended effect of reinforcing negative behavior, making it more difficult for the person to recognize the need for change. The first step in addressing enabling behavior is developing a clear awareness of the issue. It's essential to distinguish between genuinely helping someone and enabling them. True help empowers individuals to make positive changes in their lives, while enabling allows harmful behaviors to continue unchallenged. It's important to regularly reflect on your actions and ask yourself whether what you're doing is beneficial in the long term or simply perpetuating a destructive cycle. Setting firm boundaries is crucial in preventing enabling behavior. This means clearly defining what you are willing and able to do, and communicating these limits to the person involved. For example, if your friend with an alcohol problem continues to ask for financial assistance or a place to stay, you might gently but firmly explain that, while you care deeply for them, you can no longer provide those forms of support. Instead, you could offer to help them find professional treatment or accompany them to support meetings, actions that encourage them to take responsibility for their recovery. Remember, the most effective way to help someone often involves guiding them towards self-sufficiency and accountability, rather than rescuing them from situations that they need to confront. By maintaining clear boundaries and encouraging the pursuit of appropriate help, you can offer genuine support that fosters growth and change, rather than enabling the continuation of harmful patterns. Another key step is fostering a sense of responsibility in the person you're trying to help. This means allowing them to experience the natural consequences of their actions, which can be incredibly difficult, but is often necessary for real change to occur. For example, if a loved one consistently misses work due to their behavior and relies on you for financial support, it might be necessary to let them face the repercussions of losing their job. Such consequences can serve as a powerful wake-up call, prompting them to recognize the need for change. Educating yourself about the issues your loved one is facing is also crucial. Gaining a deeper understanding of their struggles, whether it's addiction, mental health issues, or other challenges, can provide you with the insight needed to support them in a way that promotes healing rather than enabling. This knowledge equips you with the tools to offer informed and compassionate support without falling into the trap of enabling. Finally, it's important to seek support for yourself. Enabling behavior can be emotionally taxing, and you need to prioritize your own well-being. Talking to a therapist or joining a support group can provide you with the guidance, strength, and resilience needed to maintain healthy boundaries while supporting your loved one in a constructive and meaningful way. Number 5. The erosion of self-identity. In the relentless pace of daily life, it's all too easy to lose touch with who we truly are. This erosion of self-identity often happens when we become so consumed with fulfilling the roles and meeting the expectations that others impose on us that we lose sight of our own needs, desires, and dreams. Imagine someone who dedicates every waking moment to their career, tirelessly striving to meet their boss's demands and ascend the corporate ladder. They work long hours, take on extra responsibilities, and sacrifice personal time and relationships in the pursuit of professional success. Over time, this person may begin to feel a growing sense of disconnection from their true self, unsure of what genuinely brings them joy or fulfills them outside the confines of their job. The loss of identity doesn't just occur in the professional sphere. It can also seep into personal relationships. A parent who pours all their energy into raising their children might one day look in the mirror and realize they've forgotten who they are beyond the role of a caregiver. Similarly, Someone in a long-term relationship might start to feel as though they've merged into their partner, losing the essence of who they are as an individual. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Rediscovering your identity is a journey that begins with deep self-reflection. It's vital to carve out time to reconnect with yourself and explore what genuinely matters to you. Ask yourself probing questions. What are my true passions? What activities ignite a spark of joy within me? What values and beliefs define who I am? Engaging in practices like journaling or meditation can help you uncover these answers, providing clarity and insight into your true self. It's equally important to make time for activities that resonate with your authentic self. Engage in pursuits that you love and that make you feel alive, whether it's painting, hiking, reading, or another hobby that brings you peace and happiness. These moments of self-indulgence are not just a luxury. They are a necessity for maintaining a connection with your true identity. Remember, it's not just okay but essential to prioritize your own happiness and well-being. Setting clear boundaries in your relationships and career is another crucial step in reclaiming your identity. Learn to say no to demands that drain you or encroach on your personal life. Assertively communicate your needs and resist the urge to constantly sacrifice your own sense of self to meet the expectations of others. For instance, if you find that your job is consuming every aspect of your life, establish firm boundaries by setting specific hours when you're off the clock, and dedicate that time to yourself and the things that matter most to you. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or a therapist can be incredibly beneficial as well. They can offer an outside perspective, helping you navigate your journey of self-discovery with encouragement and valuable insights. Sometimes, simply discussing your feelings and experiences with someone you trust can illuminate paths to rediscovering your identity that you hadn't considered. Engaging in new experiences is another powerful way to reconnect with yourself. By trying out new activities, meeting different people, and exploring unfamiliar interests, you can reignite old passions or even discover new ones, further helping you get to know yourself on a deeper level. Embrace the concept of growth and change, and remain open to evolving your sense of identity. It's important to remember that your identity isn't a static, unchanging thing. It's a dynamic, fluid aspect of who you are that evolves over time. By taking intentional steps to reconnect with yourself, set healthy boundaries, and explore new horizons, you can regain a strong, vibrant sense of self. This journey not only enhances your personal well-being but also enriches your relationships and experiences, allowing you to bring your authentic self into every area of your life. Number 6. The crushing weight of financial pressure. Financial pressure is a pervasive issue that can cast a long shadow over our lives, deeply affecting our well-being and sense of security. When we find ourselves grappling with economic difficulties, the resulting stress can be overwhelming, manifesting as anxiety, a sense of helplessness, and even despair. This financial strain doesn't just take a toll on our mental health. It seeps into our relationships, our daily routines, and our overall quality of life. Imagine a family caught in the relentless grip of financial hardship. The parents work tirelessly, often taking on multiple jobs or long hours, yet the bills seem to multiply faster than they can pay them. They lie awake at night, plagued by thoughts of how to afford rent, groceries, and other essential needs. This unending worry gnaws at their emotional health, leading to sleepless nights and fraught, tense interactions with each other and their children. The constant pressure can create a suffocating atmosphere at home, where the joy of family life is overshadowed by the ever-present cloud of financial uncertainty. Financial pressure can also have a profound impact on individuals. Picture someone burdened by overwhelming debt. The weight of financial obligations can feel like a trap, with no clear way out. This person might start avoiding social activities because they can't afford to participate, leading to feelings of isolation and shame. The embarrassment of their financial situation might cause them to withdraw from friends and loved ones, deepening their sense of loneliness and potentially spiraling into depression. The stress of trying to manage debt, coupled with the fear of never being able to regain financial stability, can exacerbate the problem, making it even harder to find a solution. Addressing financial pressure requires taking proactive and strategic steps to regain control of your economic situation. It starts with acknowledging the problem and seeking ways to manage it effectively. Creating a detailed budget can provide clarity, helping you understand where your money is going and identifying areas where you can cut back. It's essential to prioritize expenses, focusing first on necessities like housing, food, and utilities, and then on other financial commitments. Seeking professional advice can also be incredibly helpful. Financial advisors or debt counselors can offer guidance tailored to your situation, providing you with the tools and strategies needed to manage your finances more effectively. They can help you develop a plan to pay down debt, build savings, and ultimately regain financial stability. Another crucial aspect of managing financial pressure is maintaining open communication with those affected, such as family members or partners. Discussing financial concerns openly can alleviate some of the emotional burden, allowing everyone to work together toward a common goal. It also helps to set realistic expectations and share the responsibility of managing finances, rather than letting one person shoulder the entire load. Building a support network is equally important. Whether it's talking to friends, joining a financial support group, or seeking therapy, having people to turn to can make a significant difference in how you cope with financial stress. Sometimes, just knowing that you're not alone can provide the strength needed to persevere. It's also important to take care of your mental and emotional health during this challenging time. Engage in stress-relieving activities, practice mindfulness, and make time for things that bring you joy, even if they're simple and inexpensive. Taking care of yourself can help prevent financial stress from taking over your life. Remember, while financial pressure can feel insurmountable, it is possible to regain control and improve your situation. By taking proactive steps, seeking help, and maintaining a balanced approach, you can navigate through financial difficulties and emerge stronger. This journey not only helps you achieve financial stability but also enhances your overall well-being, allowing you to enjoy life without the constant shadow of financial stress. Number 7. The silent consequences of neglecting personal needs. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's all too easy to prioritize the needs of others, whether it's our job, our family, or other obligations, at the expense of our own well-being. This tendency to neglect personal needs can lead to profound consequences, such as burnout, chronic stress, and an overwhelming sense of emptiness. When we constantly pour our energy into external responsibilities without replenishing our own reserves, we end up sacrificing the very foundation of our health and happiness. Picture a devoted employee who spends endless hours at the office, determined to meet every deadline and exceed their boss's expectations. In their pursuit of professional success, they skip meals, forgo exercise, and rarely take breaks to recharge. This relentless neglect of their own needs inevitably takes a severe toll on their physical and mental health. Exhaustion sets in, and what once felt like ambition now feels like a burden. They might start to feel a disconnection from their own desires, unsure of what truly brings them joy or fulfillment outside of their work. Neglecting personal needs isn't limited to the workplace. It can deeply affect parents as well. Imagine a parent who devotes every waking moment to their children, ensuring that their needs are met at all times. While caring for children is undeniably important, parents too must carve out time to care for themselves. Without regular self-care, they risk becoming overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to provide the best care for their family. The relentless focus on others can erode their sense of self, leaving them feeling depleted and unfulfilled. Addressing the issue of neglecting personal needs begins with acknowledging the critical importance of self-care. Far from being a selfish act, taking care of yourself is essential for maintaining your overall well-being. Recognizing that your health and happiness are vital not only to your own life, but also to the lives of those you care for is the first step in reclaiming your personal space. Start by intentionally carving out time each day for activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and a sense of peace. Whether it's indulging in a good book, taking a leisurely walk in nature, or engaging in a hobby that you love, these moments of self-care can rejuvenate your spirit and help you reconnect with your inner self. These small but significant acts of self-kindness can act as a balm, soothing the stress and strain of daily life. Setting clear boundaries is also a crucial component of self-care. Learning to say no to additional tasks or responsibilities that drain your energy is essential for preserving your well-being. Prioritize your health by making time for rest, regular exercise, and nutritious meals. This might mean turning down extra work, asking for help with household responsibilities, or simply taking a few moments each day to pause and breathe. Seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist can also be immensely beneficial. Talking openly about your feelings and receiving encouragement from those who care about you can reinforce the importance of prioritizing your needs. Sometimes, just having someone to listen can make all the difference, providing the strength and resolve needed to maintain your commitment to self-care. By taking these proactive steps, you can ensure that you remain healthy, happy, and fulfilled. This, in turn, allows you to be more present and effective in every aspect of your life. When you nurture yourself, you enhance your ability to nurture others, creating a positive ripple effect that benefits everyone around you. Remember, your well-being is the cornerstone of your capacity to give and love. Never underestimate the power of taking care of yourself. Number 8. The poison of resentment and bitterness. Resentment and bitterness are toxic emotions that often take root when we feel unappreciated or taken for granted. These feelings can slowly build over time, especially when we constantly prioritize the needs of others at the expense of our own. Left unaddressed, these emotions can fester and grow, deeply affecting our mental well-being and causing significant strain on our relationships. Imagine a person who is always there for their friends and family, going out of their way to offer help, support, and comfort. Yet, when they need the same in return, they find themselves alone, their own needs overlooked or ignored. Over time, this person may begin to feel used, unappreciated, and taken advantage of. These unspoken feelings can evolve into a deep-seated bitterness, causing them to withdraw from those they once helped so readily. The warmth they once offered turns cold, and their willingness to assist others diminishes, potentially leading to fractured relationships and isolation. Resentment can also rear its ugly head in the workplace. Consider an employee who consistently goes above and beyond, taking on extra tasks and responsibilities without receiving recognition, reward, or even acknowledgement. Day after day, their efforts go unnoticed, and the praise or promotions they deserve are given to others. This growing sense of being undervalued can breed bitterness, which may begin to seep into their work, decreasing their job satisfaction and overall happiness. The once motivated and dedicated employee may find themselves disengaged, disillusioned, and struggling to maintain their previous level of performance. Addressing resentment and bitterness starts with the difficult but necessary task of recognizing and acknowledging these feelings. It's essential to express these emotions openly and honestly, rather than letting them simmer beneath the surface. Having a candid conversation with the people involved can help to clear the air and bring balance back to the relationship. By communicating your feelings of frustration and discussing ways to ensure a more equitable give and take, you can begin to heal the wounds that have been created. Practicing self-care is another vital step in combating resentment and bitterness. Carve out time for activities that bring you joy, relaxation, and a sense of fulfillment. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, spending time in nature, or simply unwinding with a good book, these moments of self-care help to reduce stress and prevent negative emotions from accumulating. Taking care of your own needs is not only a form of self-preservation, but also a way to replenish the emotional energy needed to maintain healthy relationships. Setting clear and healthy boundaries is crucial in preventing the future buildup of resentment. Learn to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed or when the demands placed on you are too great. Prioritizing your own well-being is not selfish, it's necessary. By establishing these boundaries, you protect yourself from overextending and ensure that you have the emotional bandwidth to engage in relationships that are mutually supportive. Another powerful antidote to resentment is cultivating a mindset of gratitude. Taking time each day to reflect on the positive aspects of your life and the things you are grateful for can shift your focus away from what you lack or what has hurt you, and toward the abundance and blessings that exist around you. Gratitude has a transformative power, helping to soften bitterness and open your heart to the goodness in your life. By proactively addressing resentment and bitterness, you can significantly improve your mental and emotional health, as well as the quality of your relationships. The act of recognizing these toxic emotions, expressing them, and taking steps to prevent them from recurring can lead to a more balanced, fulfilling, and happy life. Releasing resentment frees you to reconnect with others in a healthier way, allowing you to build relationships based on mutual respect, appreciation, and genuine care. Number 9. The ripple effect on relationships. Relationships are the bedrock of our lives, offering us support, love, and companionship. They are the threads that weave together our sense of belonging and connection in the world. However, these vital connections can be strained when issues like stress, neglect, or poor communication creep in, threatening the very fabric of the bonds we hold dear. Imagine a couple where one partner is caught in the relentless grind of long working hours, returning home each day utterly drained and with barely enough energy to exchange more than a few words with their spouse. What once was a vibrant, loving connection now begins to fray as exhaustion sets in. The lack of quality time together slowly but surely creates an emotional distance between them, leading to feelings of loneliness, frustration, and disconnection. The spark that once ignited their relationship dims, replaced by a quiet sense of isolation, even in each other's presence. Friendships are not immune to the toll of life's demands either. Consider a friend who is always there for others, offering support and a listening ear whenever needed. Yet, this same friend rarely takes time to care for themselves, becoming increasingly overwhelmed by the emotional and physical demands placed on them. Eventually, they begin to withdraw, too drained to maintain the once cherished connections with their friends. This withdrawal can lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings, as those who care about them may misinterpret their absence as disinterest or neglect, further weakening the bond they once shared. To prevent these issues from eroding the relationships that matter most, it's crucial to prioritize and actively nurture them. Make a conscious effort to carve out time for the people who are important to you, even if it's just a few minutes each day. Small, thoughtful gestures, a kind word, a brief check-in, or a moment of shared laughter can have a profound impact on maintaining and strengthening these connections. These seemingly simple acts of kindness serve as reminders of the love and care that underpin your relationships, helping to keep the bonds strong and resilient. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Communication is the cornerstone of healthy relationships. Open and honest dialogue with your loved ones is essential in navigating the inevitable challenges that arise. Share your feelings, express your needs, and invite them to do the same. This mutual exchange fosters understanding and empathy, helping to prevent conflicts and misunderstandings before they have a chance to take root. It builds a foundation of trust and respect, which are essential for sustaining long-term, fulfilling relationships. Equally important is the balance between attending to your personal needs and fulfilling your responsibilities within your relationships. Self-care is not just a buzzword, it's a necessity. By taking care of your own physical and emotional well-being, you ensure that you have the energy and presence to be fully engaged and supportive in your relationships. When you're well-rested, content, and in tune with your own needs, you're better equipped to offer the love, support, and attention that your relationships require. By making a deliberate effort to nurture and prioritize your relationships, you can ensure that they remain strong, healthy, and deeply fulfilling. These positive connections not only enrich your life, but also provide a robust support system that can carry you through life's inevitable ups and downs. When we invest time and energy into our relationships, we cultivate a network of love and companionship that sustains us, bringing joy, meaning, and resilience to our lives. Number 10. The silent strain of compassion fatigue. Compassion fatigue is a form of emotional exhaustion that arises when you've poured so much care and support into others that your own emotional well-being begins to erode. It's a common experience among caregivers, healthcare professionals, and anyone who dedicates themselves to the service of others. This insidious condition slowly creeps in, leaving you feeling drained, detached, and increasingly numb to the very people you once cared for so deeply. Imagine a nurse who devotes endless hours to tending to patients, offering not just medical care but also emotional support. Each day, they listen to fears, provide comfort in moments of pain, and manage the myriad needs of those under their care. As the days turn into weeks and months, the cumulative emotional toll of these responsibilities begins to weigh heavily. What once was a deep well of empathy and compassion now feels like a dry, empty reservoir. The nurse may start to feel disconnected, struggling to muster the same level of care and concern that once came naturally. This emotional numbness is a hallmark of compassion fatigue, a sign that the relentless demands of caregiving have taken their toll. Parents are not immune to this experience either. The constant demands of parenting, attending to their children's needs, managing tantrums, juggling daily activities, can lead to a similar form of emotional exhaustion. Over time, even the most loving and devoted parent may find themselves feeling irritable, less patient, and overwhelmed by the very responsibilities they once embraced with joy. The unrelenting nature of these demands can sap their energy, leaving them feeling spent and distant from their own emotions. Addressing compassion fatigue begins with the vital practice of self-care. It's essential to carve out time for activities that help you relax, recharge, and reconnect with yourself. Whether it's taking a peaceful walk in nature, losing yourself in a good book, or practicing mindfulness techniques, these moments of self-nurturing are crucial for replenishing your emotional reserves. They allow you to step back from the demands of caregiving and focus on your own well-being, which is the foundation of your ability to care for others. Setting boundaries is another key strategy in managing compassion fatigue. It's important to recognize your limits and learn to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed. Taking on too much can quickly lead to burnout, so it's essential to protect your emotional energy by not overcommitting. Establishing clear boundaries helps you maintain a healthy balance between caring for others and taking care of yourself, ensuring that you can continue to offer support without depleting your own resources. Talking to someone about your feelings can also be incredibly therapeutic. Whether it's confiding in a trusted friend, discussing your experiences with a family member, or seeking the guidance of a therapist, sharing your struggles can provide a much-needed release. These conversations can offer new perspectives and help you feel less isolated in your experience, reminding you that it's okay to ask for help. Finally, don't underestimate the power of taking regular breaks. Short, frequent breaks throughout your day can be a lifesaver, giving you the chance to reset and recharge before diving back into your responsibilities. These small pauses can help prevent emotional burnout and keep your balance and energy levels in check, allowing you to continue your caregiving duties without losing yourself in the process. By embracing these strategies, you can effectively manage compassion fatigue and continue to care for others with the empathy and dedication they deserve. At the same time, you'll be safeguarding your own well-being, ensuring that you remain whole, healthy, and capable of sustaining your caregiving role. After all, the ability to care deeply for others must always be balanced with an equal commitment to caring for yourself. Number 11. The strain of unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations are like invisible weights that we carry, often leading to stress, disappointment, and a skewed perception of our own worth. When we set our sights too high, striving for perfection in every aspect of our lives, the inevitable result is a feeling of inadequacy when we inevitably fall short. This cycle of self-imposed pressure can erode our happiness, cloud our self-image, and create a constant state of tension and frustration. Consider a student who sets the bar at perfection, expecting nothing less than flawless grades in every subject. They pour countless hours into studying, pushing themselves to the brink. Yet, even a minor mistake, a missed point on a test, a less-than-perfect essay, can trigger feelings of failure. The joy and curiosity that once fueled their love for learning are replaced by anxiety and self-doubt. Over time, the educational journey that should be exciting and enriching becomes a source of stress and overwhelming pressure. Unrealistic expectations also wreak havoc in relationships. Imagine someone who believes their partner should be able to read their mind, always anticipate their needs, and never falter. These unattainable standards set the stage for disappointment and conflict. When reality inevitably fails to align with these expectations, resentment and frustration take root. The pressure to meet impossible standards can strain even the strongest bonds, as both partners struggle under the weight of expectations that no one could ever fully meet. To manage unrealistic expectations, it's essential to start by setting goals that are grounded in reality. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on progress and growth. Break down large tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, and take time to celebrate the small victories along the way. Recognize that success isn't about achieving perfection. It's about making steady progress and learning from each experience. In relationships, open and honest communication is key to managing expectations. Talk with your partner about what you both need and desire, and be open to understanding their perspective. Recognizing each other's limitations and embracing the fact that no one is perfect can foster a more supportive and realistic relationship dynamic. By setting mutual expectations that reflect the realities of human imperfection, you can build a relationship that is both resilient and deeply fulfilling. Practicing self-compassion is another crucial aspect of managing unrealistic expectations. When things don't go as planned or when you make mistakes, be gentle with yourself. Remember that everyone experiences setbacks and that these moments are opportunities for growth, not reflections of your worth. Embracing your humanity means acknowledging that it's okay to stumble. It's how you get back up that truly matters. By recalibrating your expectations to be more realistic, you can significantly reduce the stress and disappointment that often accompany high-pressure goals. This approach not only enhances your sense of accomplishment and self-worth, but also allows you to enjoy the journey of life with greater ease and contentment. In your relationships, setting realistic expectations paves the way for deeper understanding, mutual support, and lasting happiness. By letting go of the need for perfection, you open yourself up to a life that is rich in growth, connection, and true fulfillment. Number 12. The hidden dangers of self-neglect. Self-neglect is a silent but pervasive issue that arises when we continuously ignore our own needs in the whirlwind of daily responsibilities. In the rush to meet the demands of work, family, and life, it's all too easy to push our well-being to the back burner, thinking we'll get to it later. However, this pattern of neglect can lead to physical exhaustion, emotional burnout, and a deep sense of dissatisfaction with life. You may find yourself perpetually tired, stressed, and unable to enjoy even the simplest pleasures or perform at your best. Parents are particularly susceptible to self-neglect. The endless cycle of caring for their children, making sure they are fed, clothed, and nurtured, often leaves little time for themselves. In their dedication to their family, they may forget to eat properly, skip exercising, or sacrifice sleep. Over time, this constant self-neglect can lead to burnout, leaving them drained and unable to provide the loving, attentive care their family deserves. Addressing self-neglect begins with a conscious decision to prioritize self-care. It's not just about finding time, but making time for activities that nourish and recharge you. Whether it's immersing yourself in a good book, taking a leisurely walk, or simply enjoying a few moments of quiet relaxation, these small acts of self-care can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. They help you to reconnect with yourself and replenish the energy needed to tackle life's demands. Incorporating healthy habits into your daily routine is also crucial. Eating balanced, nutritious meals, engaging in regular physical activity, and ensuring you get enough sleep are the foundational pillars of good health. These basic practices might seem simple, but they are essential for maintaining your energy levels and overall health. When you care for your body, you're better equipped to handle stress and avoid the debilitating effects of burnout. Setting boundaries is another vital step in combating self-neglect. Learn to recognize when you're reaching your limit and allow yourself to say no to additional tasks or responsibilities that could overwhelm you. It's okay to prioritize your own needs. Doing so is not a sign of selfishness but of self-respect. By carving out time for yourself, you can create a healthier balance in your life, ensuring that you have the resources to be there for others without depleting yourself. Don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. Whether it's sharing household responsibilities, seeking support from friends, or talking to a therapist, reaching out can lighten your load and reduce the pressure you feel. It's important to remember that you don't have to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders alone. Sharing your burdens can provide relief and help you maintain your well-being. By taking these steps to address self-neglect, you can protect your health, happiness, and overall quality of life. Prioritizing your own needs doesn't just benefit you, it allows you to be more present, engaged, and effective in all areas of your life. When you take care of yourself, you're not only enhancing your well-being but also creating a positive ripple effect that extends to those around you, enabling you to live a more fulfilling and balanced life. Number 13. The consequences of overlooking red flags. Overlooking red flags in our relationships and daily interactions is a perilous habit that can lead to much larger problems down the road. Red flags are warning signs that something is amiss, but we often choose to ignore them, perhaps to avoid conflict, out of fear of rocking the boat, or in the hope that things will somehow improve on their own. However, ignoring these early warning signs can set the stage for deeper issues that are much harder to resolve. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 4 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Consider a friendship where one person consistently cancels plans at the last minute or habitually disrespects your time. At first, these behaviors might seem like minor annoyances, but they could be indicative of a lack of respect or consideration. If these red flags are ignored, the friendship might evolve into a one-sided relationship where your needs and time are continually devalued, leading to frustration, resentment, and eventually, the erosion of trust and connection. In romantic relationships, red flags can be even more critical. Imagine being with a partner who is overly controlling, dismissive of your feelings, or manipulative. These behaviors are not just red flags, they are signals of potential emotional abuse or a lack of mutual respect. Ignoring these signs can lead to a relationship dynamic that is unhealthy, toxic, and damaging to your emotional well-being. Addressing red flags starts with trusting your instincts. If something doesn't feel right, it's crucial to acknowledge those feelings rather than brushing them aside. Your instincts are there to protect you, and ignoring them can leave you vulnerable to further harm. Pay attention to the subtle cues that something might be wrong and take them seriously. Open communication is key when dealing with red flags. Speak honestly with the other person about your concerns. Sometimes, people may not be aware of how their behavior is affecting you, and a candid conversation can bring about positive change. However, if red flags persist despite your efforts to address them, it may be necessary to reassess the relationship altogether. Continuously overlooking problematic behavior can lead to a situation where your boundaries are consistently violated, which can be detrimental to your mental and emotional health. Setting and maintaining clear boundaries is essential in protecting yourself from the negative impact of red flags. Clearly define what is acceptable behavior and what is not, and don't hesitate to enforce these boundaries when necessary. This not only safeguards your well-being but also promotes healthier and more respectful interactions. Always prioritize your own well-being and trust your instincts. If you encounter red flags, take them seriously and act accordingly, whether that means addressing the issue directly, setting firmer boundaries, or in some cases, walking away from the relationship entirely. By being vigilant about red flags and addressing them promptly, you can prevent small issues from escalating into bigger problems. This proactive approach ensures that your relationships are built on a foundation of respect, trust, and mutual care, leading to a happier, more balanced life where your needs and boundaries are valued. What have you learned so far from this discussion? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below on one thing you've learned and how you plan to put it into practice in your life. If you found value in this video, don't forget to leave your comment, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that inspires and empowers.